British Special Forces raised concerns about the conduct of some soldiers in Afghanistan who were apparently executing people who pose no threat during raids of suspected Taliban members. This is something that came out yesterday, and it's based. It emerges from investigations by the BBC, a BBC television documentary that reported that soldiers from the SAS, the Special Air Service, had killed 54 people in suspicious circumstances during the war in Afghanistan more than a decade ago. There are arguments saying, what is done. But at the same time, how can you say that if you're part of the family? And equally, how can we have a special air service, a special military force that is engaged in criminal activity, that is engaged in sort of cutting corners and doing harm? Two families in particular accused the SAS of killing their relatives and demanding legal action. And Oliver Glasgow, the lead lawyer for that inquiry, presented emails exchanged at the time between military personnel, between soldiers, where there were concerns raised about the number of Afghans killed during the raids that were higher than the number of weapons reported to have been found. And one email showed an officer's surprise at the number of suspiciously similar reports in raids where Afghan men had been shot, killed after they emerged behind a curtain holding a grenade. This is the 8th time this has happened. You can't make it up, the email said. Another email pointed to a rash of curtain shootings. It's quite right that there's an investigation, but it's taking place too late. The time for the investigation was when it happened, the fellow who's leading this says the central allegation at the heart of this inquiry is stark. It is that the DDOs were abused by elements within UK Special Forces who carried out a policy of executing Afghan males of fighting age in circumstances where they pose no immediate threat. And there appears to be a casual disregard for life. It's very worrying. The 33 families who were victims of this brutality are represented by Tessa Gregory, and she hopes that the inquiry will mark the end of the wall of silence. I think she's hoping for more than is reality, but I wish her well, and I wish the family as well.